District Awards. This year, as is in every year in the Georgia District, the competition is at its highest level. Brothers and chapters are doing activities, community service, voter registration, and all our national programs to make sure we're making an impact on our local communities as well as the state of Georgia as a whole. First of all, I'd like to recognize my assistant chairman for the Georgia District Awards, and that is Brother Hand, Brother Roderick J. Hand. Brother Hand, would you like to greet him?
Yes, on behalf of myself, I greet you from the Gamma Omicron Lambda chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, located in beautiful Good Life City of Albany, Georgia. I would just want to commend all of those who participate this year in this year's awards, and just want to let you know, as always, the best of Alpha was represented this year. Brother Miller?
Yes, the very, very best of Alpha is represented here today. First of all, we'd like to go to our competitive averages, the GPA grade point averages, and we'd like to thank all our judges as well. Our judges are, we ask that each and every area manager send us 2 judges so that we can have at least 7 judges on each score sheet to make sure that we have a level playing field. And in reference to each and every area, all areas of the state and the Georgia District are represented. That is a level playing field, as well as one of the things we use as a metric schedule is, say for instance, voter registration. If we have a large chapter that's doing voter registration, do 7 voter registration drive, and they have 200 memberships. And then we have a small chapter of 30 members doing 7 voter registration drive. Who did the most work? Well, just on the metric scale that we use, the smaller chapter doing the 7 voter registration with 30 brothers did more work and will be favorably given more points in that particular category. Once again, we try to make sure that we have a level playing field. Starting out with GPA, our highest college brother with a GPA. Now, do understand this was some serious competition. We had our brother with a 3.68 out of 4.0, senior, 3.89 out of 4.0, senior, and our winner with a 3.93 out of a possible 4.0 is Devin Dickerson from Alpha Phi Clark Atlanta University.
College chapter GPA. As well, it was very close once again, but certainly Alpha was represented to the best. This year, with a GPA of 3.22, the college chapter with the highest GPA is Alpha Phi, Clark Atlanta University. Is given to the brothers with continually 7 years of service to Alpha. And our recipient this year is the vice president of his chapter, director of the national programs. He's a mentor
for 5 to 6 years. He's been a mentor for 5 to 6 years, and he's taken his mentees on over 20 field trips. He's the vice president of his Pan-Hellenic Council in his local community, and he's a past president of the National Pan-Hellenic Council in his community. And he believes when you create an opportunity, it always bears fruit. Please join me and recognize our Charles Green recipient, Man of Merit Award, Brother Alan Wiley, Ada Lander, Atlanta.
H. Wesley Award. This award recognizes the strong cooperation between an alumni and college chapter. And this year's recipient for the Georgia District are chapters that represent a strong adherence to brotherhood between both the alumni and college chapter. Between them, they were responsible for mentoring students at an at-risk school, where their work brought graduation levels to double the previous levels, from 48% up to 97%. As well, these chapters are leaders in their local area, and they have done combined voter registration efforts that have brought in 1,500. That's right, 1,500 new voters for this year. As well, they have aided in the transition of college to alumni brothers. And in doing so, 75% of those college brothers from those from the chapters that we are about to recognize actually go into an alumni chapter, 75%. So retention is strong. As well, this college alumni chapter has shown strong support for student leadership and has worked with several national as well as community service programs and work together to have a strong impact on their community. This year's Charles H. Wesley Award winner, Ada Lambda, and Alpha Rho, Zeta Mu, and Alpha Phi, Atlanta.
Augusta Witherspoon Leadership Award is given to the brother who show exemplary leadership throughout the Georgia District. And for this year recipient, he is responsible for bringing over 700 brothers into the fold. He serves as a chief dean. He has received the Outstanding Leadership Award from his church. He's the secretary of his HOA. He retired as a teacher from the school system. He created a STEM charter school, and he established an IT department to bring more money from the government into his local community and schools. And he served as the previous director of technology of the district. Please join me in recognizing our Augusta Witherspoon Leadership Award winner this year, Brother Charles Allen from Theta Nu Lambda LaGrange.
this year's College Brother of the Year. Now, along with this award, we do have a special stipend for the College Brother as an award, but for this brother that we're about to represent, this is a brother who holds his own. And let me just briefly tell you why. This year, we recognize a brother who not only has work as a strong scholar, but also actually has a real job in what he does while being a student at the same time. Let me explain. This brother, first off, is a senior sociology major with a GPA of 3.68 on a 4.0 scale. Among the different organizations he's been elected to includes the great Phi Beta Kappa Honor Society. For his school, he has also been an Oprah Winfrey Scholar. In terms of his service in Alpha, he is not only the vice president for his chapter, but as well works as the assistant area director. And along with doing all of this, I mentioned he had a job, he's an executive. Not just an executive in name, but an executive for an internationally known entertainment conglomeration. I'm serious. This is a bad brother. But then again, all Alpha men are bad brothers anyway. But certainly we want to recognize this year, our College Brother of the Year, Troy Rotten of Alpha Rho, Morehouse College. Congratulations.
Competition, we had four outstanding brothers. It is said by Brother Greg Gray that most men knees will buckle under the normal weight that an alpha man carries. Well, this is certainly a situation in this category. These alpha men were phenomenal, all of them. Our winner, though, in which, of course, in Alpha, we used to separating the best of the best from the exemplary to the superior. But this year's recipient is the chapter president, vice president, past chapter president, vice president of his chapter, a mentor. He helped with guidance, motivation, social work. He's been a mentor for 16 years and helping his mentees get to college and military and careers while serving the homeless. He's helped them to get jobs, helped them with resume writing and other necessities. And while serving others is simply his goal from day one. And just to say, this is not enough. This brother, with all the activities that he carried with him on a daily basis, he's married for 11 years and had 3 children. Please join me in recognizing the extraordinary work of Alumni Brother of the Year, Brother Corey Thornton, Sigma Eta Lambda, Conyers.
Strong individuals, we have strong groups and strong chapters. Every chapter in Alpha is a great chapter, but we always have to decide which one stands out as an example of what we do. And so now I come to the point of presenting the college chapter of the year for the District of Georgia, 2022. And in doing so, we recognize a chapter whose service on their campus includes 8 members holding 8 different executive positions on campus. In terms of their service, they worked 15 different events, including toy donations to local hospitals, sickle cell testing on campus, as well as an event with Amazon.com, where not only students but alumni not only talked about the company and their goals, but actually had a job fair where actual job offers were given to those who competed. As well, this chapter not only completed all of its national programs, but did so twice. And one example is that they toured an older brother's home to see what was needed to help them, and as well to help make sure the brother was active and involved, an elderly brother that is, for Founders Day. During COVID, they held not 1, but 2 Project Alphas at Jonesboro High School. And as well on their campus, they received the Royal Flame Leadership Award, as well as had one of their members received Advisor of the Year. And so, with a GPA of 3.1, this year's College Chapter of the Year, Zeta Mu, Georgia State University. Congratulations.
Chapter of the Year competition. We think the Georgia District has the best. And what I mean by that is there's out of the 5 recipients, 3 have been national champions, national chapters of the year. And this year was a very, very, very close competition. And it was very, very intensified, should I say that. Our winning chapter this year, and again, our winning chapters was exemplary, and that was exemplified by the scores. Our total scores between 24 of the chapters was 16 points. This spread out of 300, a difference of 16 points. And of course, our winner kind of was in the area by itself. But our winner, the reclamation numbers far exceeded expectation. They has registered over 100 high school seniors in the voter registration. Anybody that was 17 and a half, seniors and juniors, they registered. They fed over 523 families. They had 200 stuffed animals to the local healthcare hospital. They initiated 8 new members, a small chapter with a big tarp, 45 members, 29 reclaimed to the chapters. And again, they exceeded their member size. Just about every member served on 3 to 4 committees. Join me in recognizing this great achievement by this chapter, Sigma Eta Lambda Alumni Chapter of the Year from Cundy. Brothers, we appreciate your support and we appreciate your dedication to make us the best district in the Alpha. We appreciate you and your gratitude as well as your service and your commitment is sincerely appreciated by our communities. And we see that in our voter registration and our results in our last election. Thank you.
And brothers, again, for those of you who are thinking we should have won, always remember, this is an open awards competition. So any chapter, any brother can win. The main thing is for you to participate and show what you do for Alpha. Thank you, brother.
Thank you, brother. We appreciate you.